Hi, this is Dr. Deborah Darlene Roebuck, the Menopause Whisperer. Well, it is Friday. I can't believe it. We've made it this far. I am just so excited about the fact that I have now done Facebook Live. I'm going to tell you, it was one of my first. I was fearful. I thought I couldn't do it, but it seems as though I could. And that's just about life overall. Sometimes things are just so hard and so appears overwhelming that we feel like we just can't do it. Well, first, the Facebook live streaming was my first this week. But what I've been talking about with you all week is what? Exercise. Again, for those who had not been on throughout the week, my niece, who is a trainer, and I have to be honest with you, she got laid off from the Y because of everything that's going on with the coronavirus. And but you know what? We always hear, let's make lemonade out of lemons. Well, in this situation, she says, okay, I still have this talent. I still have this skill. So I tell you what we're going to do. Family, we're going to do training online using Zoom so that we can connect and we can really help each other. So, okay, this was day 5. Now, I told you earlier this week, first of all, it was hard to get up. Second thing, it was hard to get my room straightened out so that I could do it. So what I've done, more or less I developed a process. I took my laptop, put it on top of my bed. It was too low. So then I put a couple pillows up, put it on top of the pillow, and I can see her, my sister, and myself. So today was day 5 for us. So she started getting us warmed up. Okay, warmed up. Now, my sister and I have had a competition going on, and I was determined. While my niece, again, had technical issues, life happens. I said, I'm going to make use of the fact that she still hasn't been able to get some of these bugs worked out. And she said, hold on. So I was marching in place, looking at my Fitbit, marching in place because I wanted to make sure I got enough steps in. Now, yesterday, she said she was going to do 10,000 steps, and I'm going to confess, I'm going to be real to you. I only did 4,500 steps yesterday because I had a series of things that I was doing, believe it or not, with Zoom, with training, with Bible study until about 9:30 at night. But that's all right. I said, today is a new day. So she finally got us started, and my sister said, ooh, it's easier. Oh, and then we had to do one of these things. Now, before I was doing like this, then I started doing this, and now I'm doing this. All right now, come on, Deborah, you got it, girl. Life. Things are hard when you first start out. Then it gets a little easier. And then you got mastery over things. So I'm excited. And so today I named this video Stay Home, because that's what we're supposed to do. Stay Home Wins. Okay, so as we proceeded through the exercise, we had excitement, we got things done, and then we switched to the line dancing. Now, we've been talking about this line dancing. Technical problems. And so I couldn't really hear or see what was going on. So what did I do? I made my own line dance. Then I started doing the cha-cha, and then coming up and doing the cha-cha and doing the side step. Back in the day, they called the 81. Yeah, that's what's the name of a dance. But anyway, so as we proceeded through, I said, now I want to know how many steps. So I said to my sister, how many steps? So I'll be honest with you, she really didn't tell me, but I know I made 3,000 steps. 3,000 steps. And my heart rate, which started out at the beginning of the week 112 is now up to 128. I was able to put more effort in getting myself moving. So that's my win for the week, is doing live stream and doing my exercises, getting up. And in essence, what I'm doing is I'm developing a routine. Now, I had my routine together before all of this started, but now I had to develop my stay at home routine. Now, some of you, I told you yesterday, get your Fitbit out, get your iPhone watch out, start really seeing how many steps that you are accomplishing. Now, if you're not don't have any of those, I'm not telling you to go out and buy anything, but if you don't have it, you know what? On your phone, there's a way to measure how many steps that you make in a day. So that's another challenge. Okay, so we were doing our exercise, we were doing our dancing, and I started to imagine in myself, because one of the songs was by Janet Jackson. Yes, back in the day, I went to see her, and at that time she was 50. So I started thinking to myself, I don't have to be old lady, old lady. I said, let's get going. Let's get going. So what I determined to do is I went on YouTube myself. I found the place where the line dance is. And today I plan on running that line dance at least 2 more times. And with that, I'm going to have at least 9,000 steps. And I'm going to beat my sister today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then the other thing is, we're talking about wins. And you know what? As a menopause boss, and I'm talking about not a victim of menopause. Remember earlier this week, we said, even with menopause, it does not stop just because everything around us has changed. We're going through the change as we're going through the change. So I said, okay, this is going on. And what happened? Tell a quick story. I was hosting like a training, a short-term mission training. I told you I'm very involved in missions. And so all of a sudden I heard this pop and everything was going along. But I went to the kitchen. My refrigerator was off. I was like, oh my God. So I found an extension cord, and I was always bored up. Have your extension cord. So I had an extension cord, and I said, now what am I going to do if the plug on the other side of the room doesn't work? I'm not going to have no food. This is serious. But it did. So the next day, as I was doing this live, Facebook Live, the electrician came to the house. And my niece was handling that. And so when I was finished speaking with you all, my niece said to me, Auntie, I need to tell you something. Not only does the circuit breaker have to be replaced, I said, okay, $200. But we found out as he was working on this, there were sparks coming out of the oven. I said, sparks coming out of the oven. It's a gas oven, but the igniter, the very thing that ignites the burners in the oven, there were sparks. I didn't know that a refrigerator itself takes so much power on a circuit breaker. You know why I'm saying this is a win? Because praise God, it could have wound up being a electrical fire. So what I'm saying to you is, even though you're staying at home, you're still being protected right within your home. See the opportunities that you're being presented, okay? And I'm seeing this as an opportunity. So you're probably saying, now, Deborah, how did you cook? Girl, I found me a crock pot. Now, this crock pot I had 25 years. One of the legs on the crock pot was broke off, so it leaned to the side, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. But you know what? I remember the old saints, the old family members said, you make do with what you had. I had 2 turkey legs in the refrigerator. I got that crock pot, even though it was leaning, I got this little cup that I had gotten from the dollar store, and I propped up the crock pot. And then I put that crock pot on. I said, now, what am I going to eat? got the turkey legs, found some fresh spinach, celery, frozen bag of mixed vegetables. I had some potatoes at the bottom of the crisper, start cutting up the potatoes. Girl, what did I have for breakfast? I had turkey soup. Now you're probably saying, well, what I did is I found in my cupboard spice that was called fish seasoning. It was to be able to make you prepare fish with a real spicy flair, like a Jamaican type of flavor to it. I said, I got to do something with this turkey soup because this turkey soup is like bland. Girl, I put that spice in there, turned it around, and oh my goodness, make you slap yourself. And I said to myself, this is what the older saints did. Be it in the middle of depression, being in the middle of Jim Crow, all those things they had to deal with. They made do with what they had. First of all, they surveyed what they had. Then they decided how they were going to put it together. And so it wasn't just, oh, I got soup. It's like, hey, my soup tastes good. I always remember they said, make sure you have some beans in the house, have some rice in the house, just in case. Well, I had the crock pot because, I couldn't cook on the stove. I couldn't even bake. And like I said, my niece and them going out today to get this electric fryer kind of thing. Girl, do I understand the concept behind that? I told them to give me one of those toaster ovens. Now, I can work with a toaster oven, so this is going to be my first time dealing with this today. But look around your house. See what you have available. Do an assessment of your house because things can happen. You can't easily get the electricians to come out or the plumber to come out. Survey your home. You have time to do that because you're in the house. Okay, so that was my second win. My first win was to exercise. No, my first win was to do Facebook live stream. The second win was to do exercise. The third win is to be able to make something out of nothing with this crock pot. And my fourth win, you know what my fourth win is? My fourth win is being able to talk to you all. Really, really, really. I've gotten phone calls, I've gotten messages, and it just makes my heart so glad. I am so excited. So one of the things I even did today, I did my devotion. That's reading my Bible, my scripture, my spiritual, taking care of my spiritual health. And one of the devotion today was about talents. People who have talents. And the person, the master said, I'm going to give you one talent. I'm going to give you this talent and you this talent. And the master came back and said, okay, what did you get? And the one person made maybe the 5 talents turn into 10 and the 2 into 5. But the person with one talent took that talent, put it in the ground or put it under the bed. That's what we would normally do. And he said, you know what? You are wicked and lazy. And I'm saying to myself, but he put it under the bed. He didn't lose it. It's not about losing. It's about making it grow. And I will say to you, during this time, yes, it doesn't seem very attractive, but let me tell you, there's many opportunities here. Many things that you can produce, develop, even be able to help others. I'm finding out more and more women who are postmenopausal are in the house by themselves. So my charge to you today, somebody you hadn't talked to in a long time, I'm asking you to text them or to call them or to send them an email, even somebody you probably don't really like. But that's not the issue. The issue is for you to demonstrate that you're bigger than that. Call them, share with them, talk with them, and that's going to be one of your wins for today. Well, it's nice talking with you. It's a privilege to be able to share. And what I will say to you, have a great day, a great weekend on purpose. Take care now. Bye-bye. Bye.